मन से कहो राम राम राम, राम राम राम, राम राम राम, श्री राम राम राम। सुख दिलाव एक राम कहो राम राम राम, राम राम राम, राम राम राम, श्री राम राम राम। शांति सुख निधान दिव्य राम नाम, नीरधार को आधार राम नाम। मूर्त मन से कहो राम राम राम, राम राम राम, राम राम राम, श्री राम राम राम। महादेव सदा जपत दिव्य राम नाम, काशी मर्त मुक्त करत कल्प राम नाम। कहो राम राम राम, राम राम राम, राम राम राम, श्री राम राम राम। माता पिता बंधु सखा शबरी राम नाम, भक्त जनन जीव धन एक राम नाम। मुदित मन से कहो राम राम राम, राम राम राम, राम राम राम, श्री राम राम राम। राम राम राम, राम राम राम, श्री राम राम राम, श्री राम राम राम, राम राम राम, राम राम राम, श्री राम राम राम, श्री राम राम राम, श्री राम राम राम।
राम रहे मैं को भजने वाले तेरे पुजारी बाबा, तेरा नाम एक सहारा, तेरा नाम
एक सहारा तेरा नाम, एक सहारा तेरा नाम, एक सहारा तेरा नाम, एक सहारा एक सहारा तुम्ही रामायण, तुम्ही हो वेद पुराण, एक सहारा तेरा नाम, एक सहारा राम रहे मैं तो भजने वाले तेरी पुजारी बाबा, एक सहारा सत्य धर्म की सोच जलाए आए कल की यारी, ओ देखो आए जरियारी, सत्य धर्म की सोच जलाए आए जरियारी, एक सहारा राम रहे मैं तो भजने वाले तेरे पुजारी बाबा, राम रहे मैं तो भजने वाले तेरे पुजारी बाबा, एक सहारा तेरा नाम, एक सहारा तेरा नाम, एक सहारा एक सहारा, एक सहारा तेरा नाम, एक सहारा। केशवा माधवा जय देवा मधुसूदना, केशवा माधवा जय देवा मधुसूदना, केशवा माधवा जय देवा मधुसूदना, नेत्रकमलधर अतीव मनोहर, नेत्रकमलधर नेत्रकमलधर अतीव मनोहर, अंतर्यामी प्रभु परमेश्वर, अंतर्यामी प्रभु परमेश्वर, माया मानुष वेश लीलाधर, माया मानुष वेश लीलाधर माया मानुष वेश लीलाधर माया मानुष वेश लीलाधर लीलाधर देवा मधुसूदना जय देवा जय देवा मधुसूदना केशवा माधवा जय देवा मधुसूदना केशवा माधवा जय देवा मधुसूदना केशवा माधवा शवा माधवा जय देवा मधुसूदना जय देवा मधुसूदना केशवा माधवा जय देवा मधुसूदना नेत्र कमलधर दिव मनोहर नेत्र कमलधर दिव मनोहर अंतर्यामी प्रभु परमेश्वर अंतर्यामी प्रभु परमेश्वर माया मानुष वेश लीलाधर माया मानुष वेश लीलाधर माया मानुष वेश लीलाधर मेरे देवा मधुसूदना जय देवा मधुसूदना केशवा माधवा जय देवा मधुसूदना जय देवा मधुसूदना जय देवा मधुसूदना जय देवा मधुसूदना मुकुंद माधव गोविंद बोल केशव माधव हरि हरि बोल राम राम बोल राम राम बोल कृष्ण कृष्ण बोल कृष्ण कृष्ण बोल शिव 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 बोल शिव शिव बोल मुकुंद गोविंद बोल मुकुंद माधव गोविंद बोल केशव माधव हरि हरि बोल राम बोल राम राम बोल राम राम बोल कृष्ण कृष्ण बोल कृष्ण कृष्ण बोल शिव शिव बोल शिव शिव बोल मुकुंद माधव गोविंद बोल केशव माधव हरि हरि बोल केशव माधव हरि हरि बोल
Hari Om, Sitaram. Welcome to everyone, friends and family, to this evening's proceedings. This evening we have a beautiful function. It's in two parts. So first we have Brahmacharini Kritika Chaitanya who will do a discourse. Topic is Women in the Ramayana. Today we are celebrating the 70th birthday of my mom. So hence the topic of women and successful women in the Ramayana and the lessons that we can learn from the women in the Ramayana. So we are accustomed hearing about the masculine, personalities in our scriptures, but sometimes we overlook the power of the woman in the Ramayana. So Brahmachari Kritika Chaitanya, she did Sita Ma in her first talk, and then she did Mandodari, who is the wife of Ravana. So Ravana is sometimes seen as the evil person. His wife Mandodari was a very, very virtuous woman, right? And today, she'll be speaking about Mother Durga for the topic today. Then for the second half of the program, we have some instrumental and dance items, which will be done by the children. Brahmachari Kritika Chaitanya became a Brahmacharini over 14 years ago, 15 years ago, 11 years ago, 2014. I have known her since then. She's a wonderful personality, an excellent orator. She does Vedanta classes in the ashram also, of which I've been a student there also. So she's a wonderful speaker. She spent some time in India also in training. She did the 2-year Vedanta course here in Trinidad. So I won't speak much longer. I'll now hand over to Brahmacharini Kritika to give a discourse for today. Thank you.
जय अम्बे जय अम्बे मातु भवानी जय अम्बे जय अम्बे जय अम्बे मातु भवानी जय अम्बे जय अम्बे जय अम्बे मातु भवानी जय
Auspicious and also important satsang celebrating Auntie Sintra's birthday, her sweet 16 if you will. And by the power of the Devi that is there in Auntie Sintra, and then also by the Shakti that is Shakti, Auntie Sintra requested Mother Durga to be part of this Woman in Ramayan series. So usually you don't hear Mother Durga in Ramayan. Actually, you don't hear her name being called, or in Ramcharitmanas at least, in Tulsi Ramayan. So now we have to link all, and there will be links because all those forms of Bhagwan come from that same form. And they all come to teach us. They take that form, that avatar, that form in our Puranas, in our Shastras, to teach us some lesson that's there. And whether or not we learn the lesson is a different story. But they come to do their duty, and whether or not we catch it is ours. So this Devi Mahatmya, which is a very famous text, it tells that Devi is Mahamaya. That Maya, that is the Shakti, that is Bhagwan. So you have Bhagwan, and then the Shakti that is inherent in Bhagwan that allows this entire prapancha, this entire universe to come into manifestation, that is Maya. Otherwise, then Bhagwan is there enjoying this being by himself, and we're using transactional words. Bhagwan is him or her and all like that. But Bhagwan doesn't need to do anything, but that Maya comes, that Shakti comes, and that Shakti comes and inhibits every single thing in this entire universe. And so every single thing now has some aspect of power and some aspect of Devi. So Devi is the feminine aspect, or Shakti is the feminine aspect of Bhagwan, and then Bhagwan is that masculine aspect of every single thing in this universe. So Mahamaya. Now when we hear Maya, Maya, well, in Sanskrit means delusion. So now, well, I don't want to be deluded. I don't want to see things upside down instead of right side up. But actually, that is the greatness of Maya. In Ramcharitmanas, when Lord Shiva is married to Sati. Now that Sati is who? That Sati is that Durga that has taken form as Sati. She's Durga only that has taken that form. So first Lord Shiva was married to Sati. And they go to Agastya Muni's ashrama. And there in that ashrama, then Adi Purusha, that one who taught Ramayan, who had Ramayan in his mind, which is Bhagwan Shiva, he went to his disciples Ramayan, Agastya Muni. And when he got to that ashrama with Sita Maya, he said, "Can you tell me Ram Katha? Can you tell me Ramayan?" So now the guru is listening to the disciple tell Ramayan. And so when he's there, that Lord Shiva, he's thinking what this beautiful katha is. I'm just so involved. I'm just immersed. I'm reveling in Bhagwan's katha and Ram katha. And Sati's sitting there and she's thinking, what are we doing here? When will we leave? I'm hungry. What kind of food do they serve after the satsang? They give anything? And then the prasad that's given at the end, will it be like a big bag that they do in Trinidad, or will it just be a few pieces of almonds like they do in Bharat? And so she's not taking on any Ram Katha. And so that leads her now to confusion. When Lord Shiva goes and he sees this Rama walking through that forest, he says, "This is Bhagwan in this form." And Sati says, "Who? That Rama that's crying for Mother Sita? That's Bhagwan? You're telling me that is the Lord of the entire universe, the one who's crying over his wife that has been kidnapped? Which, if he was Bhagwan, he could have avoided. He wouldn't be sad. He wouldn't be missing anything. He wouldn't be looking for anything. He would know where she is also. That's Bhagwan, this Rama?" And so Lord Shiva says, "Yes, I'm reveling in Rama now." And then Sati goes home and she says, "I think I'm going to give a little test to this Rama. I just want to see if he's really Bhagwan. I just want to give a little test." But here's the thing. The ironic thing is that the one who is administrating the exam has to be more knowledgeable than the one taking the exam, isn't it? Now, who could be more knowledgeable than Bhagwan himself? Well, Sati thought that she was that one. So she went now and she took the form of Mother Sita, a disguise in the form of Mother Sita, and she went in front of Rama. And as soon as she went in front of Rama and Lakshmana looking for Mother Sita, they both said, Satiji, where's Lord Shiva? Why are you wandering this forest by yourself? What is going on?" And so in that moment now, Sati, she got so scared. First she was confused. And then she had this arrogance. She was doubting and she wanted to prove herself. So how many emotions there in her mind already? Agitations in her mind. And then now she just realized that she got caught. She got caught. That trickery, she got caught. And so she ran back now to Kailash Parvat. She ran back to Lord Shiva. And when she went back to Lord Shiva said, "So did you do any test? You administered your exam?" I finished. And Sati, in an instant, she didn't admit, "Oh, I gave a test, yes, and he passed." I said, what did Sati say? She said, "I just went there and I did pranams and I came back. I just did my pranams and I came back now to you. The same thing that you did just now in the forest, I also did to him." So Lord Shiva closed his eyes and he saw everything that happened. And what did Lord Shiva think? He thought, "Look at Bhagwan's Maya." And no, he also did not attribute it to his Maya. He attributed to Bhagwan Rama's Maya. He said, "Look at Rama's Maya that could make Sati, who's Daksha Prajapati's daughter, one of the prime ministers of all the different groups that Bhagwan has put into this world, all different species and all. That Daksha Prajapati, he's so learned and he's so wise and he's so exceptional in his field. The daughter of that man now has come and she is married to Lord Shiva. She's married to this form of Bhagwan and still she has so much of delusion in her mind." That is the greatness of Maya. So he doesn't say, "Oh, this Maya has struck again." Not like that and put Maya down. Maya is incredible. Maya is absolutely incredible. To be able to see that snake on the rope and to run away and scream and go and tell everybody, there's a snake, run, there's a snake, and everybody runs out the road. I don't know how many snakes you have here. You get to see snakes, how many times you've had to run out on the road, a snake is in the house or in the back. That you're so confused that you act accordingly to that confusion. You live your whole life in this confusion. So, in Ramayan, this Durga, Mother Durga, has taken form as Sati. And then Sati, well, then she goes into the fire when she realizes her mistake, and she goes to her father's house, and that whole katha is there. And she goes into the fire, and then who comes back? Mother Parvati. In the beginning of Ramcharitmanas, that Mangalacharan, Bhavani Shankaro Vande Shraddha Vishwasarupino Yabhyam Vinana Pashyanti Siddha Swantastamishwaram. That Bhavani and that Shankara. Bhavani is also Sati, because Lord Shiva is Bhava. So his wife will be Bhavani. But when we say Bhavani, we don't think of Sati. We think of Mother Parvati, who has come, and she did how many thousands of years of tapas just to be able to be with her Lord Shiva. So when we think of Ramayan, then we think of Parvati. But behind that is Mother Durga has taken that form. Now, we know our 4 yugas, right? We have Satyug, then Treta Yuga. Ramayan happens here in Treta Yuga. And then Dwapar Yuga, and then Kali Yuga. So right now we're in Kali Yuga. Things have gotten a little bit bad, but not as bad as you think it might get. Right? It will get worse. So now when this Kali Yuga finishes now, then what happens? Time is cyclical. So it will start back again as Satyug, and then Treta Yuga will come. And in that Treta Yuga, then Ramayan will be written again. Ramayan will happen again. Then Dwapar Yuga, then Mahabharata, then Kali Yuga, like that, and it will go again. So this cycle of time of yugas has gone on for an infinite amount of times. An infinite amount of times. You could go in our Shastra, you see how many days of Lord Brahma, and then his days, how much is equal to one night, and then how long he lives, and that is one cycle, like that. And then how many cycles has to go before into Mahapralaya, and then like that. But anyway, the point is now, in this Treta Yuga, where this Ramayan happens, there are many, many, many different versions of Ramayan that we hear. You know, have you heard when Lord Rama is about to cross the ocean of samsara, in Ramcharitmanas, now, he sits down and he prays to Varuna. He prays to that samudra, that water, that ocean that is there. And what does he ask? He says, please dry up. I need to cross to go to Lanka. And then, well, that Sagar says, no, my nature is to be wet. I don't know how to be dry. You have to do something now. He gets scared, like that. But we've heard another version in Trinidad also, where Lord Rama sits down and he prays to Lord Shiva at that lingam. And now that lingam is called Rameshwaram. Have you heard he installed that lingam? So that's one version that's there. Then there's another version where Lord Rama crossed the ocean. Then he won the war against Ravana. He picked up Mother Sita and he's coming back. And after they return back into Bharat, then they sit down and then they do that Shiva Puja. So there's so now 3 different versions, and then so many other different versions will be there. Well, one of the versions that is there, is when Lord Rama had to cross that ocean, he thought in his mind that Lanka was once owned by Kubera. Kuber, that god of money and wealth and all like that. It was owned by Kuber. That's why Lanka was so beautiful and all. And Ravana took it from Kubera. Some other katha is there. Some other story is there. So Rama in his mind also thought, okay, before I go across to Lanka and invade in that Kubera and that wealth, then I have to pray to Mother Durga, so that she could talk to Kubera and then I will be able to cross over. And so it's said that he sat there on the banks of Bharat, in India, in Bharat, and he sat down and he began to pray to Mother Durga. And he knew that in that puja vidhi, it said that Lord Brahma also sat down. And he was the Baba, he was the Pandit. And Lord Rama was here. And that puja vidhi required that they offer 108 different blue lotuses. You know the lotus flower that we have in the ponds and all? 108 was supposed to be offered. And so Hanumanji, in one version Lord Rama went, in another version Hanumanji went, but both would have happened because we just saw how many times Treta comes. So in one version that's there, that Hanumanji or Lord Rama, when they went looking for these blue lotuses, they only found 107. But the puja vidhi requires 108. So now they begin to offer to Mother Durga. And now when they reach that 107, well, that puja has to finish, and the required 108 lotus is needed. So it's said that Lord Rama, you know, his eyes are like Kamalochan, that beautiful eye that is there. Kamala Nayana, like that beautiful eye that he has. And it said that that eye was blue also. So he was going to take out his eye and offer that as the 108 lotus. So now in one version he takes it out. In another version he's about to take out his eye. Meaning he had so much Shraddha that Mother Durga is here. And the offering that he is doing in this puja, that offering will get to Mother Durga. Otherwise we do a once a year puja, isn't it? We say, well, if I don't do this puja, then something very bad will happen. And then I'll have to do an extra puja after. I have to do a gra puja after this to mitigate the effects of not doing my once a year puja and all. We just do the puja so like this. And when we have to offer Bhagwan water, then we put it on top of your head and you have to look with the sticky tongue out to catch the drops and all. We offer all how like that. So he had so much Shraddha that Mother Durga is here in this offering, that this offering will get to Mother Durga, and she is there and she's watching and she's listening, and some effect will come and punya and all of that will come. And so as in one version, as he's about to take out his eye and offer, in another version, as he's offered his eye, Mother Durga comes. She comes on in front of him, and in one version she starts to cry and she says, Rama, please don't do that. I know you have Shraddha, I know you have faith in me. Please, you go ahead. I bless you now. She granted him her blessings, and he went across to Lanka. So this is in one version. They say that it's in regional versions of this Adhyatma Ramayan, which is written by Ved Vyasji. So that is in one version of Durga Ji coming in Ramayan, not Ramcharitmanas. And of course, all these stories you just hear around. And then I remember once we had a big debate. This is before 14 years ago when I was in the course. We had a big debate. No, Rama did not sit down and pray to Lord Shiva before. And then somebody else said, yes, he prayed afterwards when he came back. And like that, there was some big debate between a few of us. But actually, all of them happened at some point or the other. So now this Bhagwan, see, Lord Rama he's Sarva Shaktiman, isn't he? He doesn't need to pray to anybody. He doesn't need to have an Ishta Devata who's Lord Shiva either. Lord Rama could just say, okay, with the snap of his fingers, Mother Sita will come back. With the snap of his fingers, Ravana will be removed. With the snap of his fingers, all the Asuras or Rakshasas will be removed also. He never had to take avatar or come and go into the forest and all. But even Bhagwan invokes Shakti. So now who are we to say that we don't need Mother Durga? Who are we to say that we don't need all our Devis? Without Shakti, then Dharma has no force. Dharma means righteousness. Actually, when we teach the children, we say Dharma is the right thing at the right time in the right place. Now remember, this is for children. So children could only say, okay, is it the right thing? Yes. Is it the right time? No. Is it the right place? Yes. Okay, I answered no to one of them, so it's not dharmic. But we can't live life like that. As you get older, things become much more gray, isn't it? So then we have to invoke that Shakti. Without Shakti, then Dharma has no force. Mother Durga represents that power and that courage and that action. And all of them are only meaningful when it is in alignment with truth. And all of them. Otherwise, when Dharma faces challenges, then what do we have to invoke? It's Shakti only, that energy of Mother Durga, that turns the potential of power into triumph. It turns fear into courage. We'll see that also just now. It turns that fear into courage. Otherwise, everyone lives their whole life in fear, isn't it? Fear of what? Actually, fear of death. But we say, no, I'm scared of spiders. No, I'm scared of driving on the highway. No, I don't want to go in that area of the country. No, I don't want to eat this food. No, I don't want to sleep after this time. Like that. But actually, all of it is just fear of death. So, Shakti turns fear into courage. Now, I'm not saying to go and drive through Laventille and turn that fear into courage and all. That's not what it is. But that Shakti turns that fear into wise thinking, into wisdom. Otherwise, then we live our whole life saying, no, you can't go, you can't open your door after, you can't sweep your house after 6 o'clock, you can't open your door after 7 p.m. You can't, you can't pass the cotton tree without saying your prayers or something, otherwise then the Jambi will, you can't leave your hair open after sundown. You have to walk in your house backwards after midnight, all kind of thing. We hear all of it and more. So that Shakti now, and Shakti means what? See, what is power? What is Shakti? If we're looking for red flowers, right? We're looking for this red flower to offer to Mother Durga. I can't go and offer her a purple flowers or a green flowers or whatever, a blue flower. I'm looking for a red flowers for Mother Durga. Now the power in this red flower is the redness, isn't it? I'm looking for red flowers. So it could be whatever flower, hibiscus, it could be ixora, any kind of flower. But I'm looking for this red flower. So the power of the flower now is in that redness. But the redness will not last. If you leave this here for a few months, or a few days, a few weeks, then this redness will start to fade, isn't it? So the redness or the power is not in the object. Right? It's not inherent in the object. The redness will fade from this thing, from this inert thing, from this inert flower. It will fade away. So then we have to say, okay, now, so where did this flower get the redness from? The flower got the redness from the earth because that's where the plant is growing from. Okay, so now where did the earth get the redness from? Well, the earth would have gotten that redness from the oxygen and from the air and from the water and the sunlight and all of those different elements that are allowing all the processes to happen inside of the earth. But now where did all of those elements come from? Well, all of those elements come from the cosmos, isn't it? From that cosmic mind. Now, in that cosmic mind, where does that come from? From Bhagwan only. So the Shakti that is there, and when I say that this Shakti, see, if I have the sweetness of sugar. Now, we can't say sugar is salty. Sugar is sweet. So the sweetness of that sugar, if that sugar loses sweetness, then it has no power to be sugar anymore. It requires the sweetness to be sugar. So the power of an object, of an inanimate thing, or even of an animate thing, while we have to put the two together, you can't call salt sugar. Sweetness has to go with that granule, and then those two things put together becomes sugar. So while we say that sweetness is inherent in sugar, that those two things have to be there for that thing to be called sugar, the power of that sweetness comes from something higher. And then there are different grades also of sweetness. Sometimes people say, no, I don't want that small little grain of small granule. I want the larger one. I don't want white sugar. I want brown sugar. I don't like this shade of brown. I want the light one. I want the dark one. All different. So now that power, because sugar is supposed to just be sugar. But the power of each and everything in this universe comes from something much, much, much more subtle. And that thing is called as Shakti. And that Shakti comes from Devi. Devi has taken that form. Like, when you think about love and caring and forgiveness and endurance and patience and compassion and kindness, what do you think of? What do you call? You think of mother. So mother now has taken that form of what? Of patience, of compassion, of love, of caring, of discipline also. We could ask her children after, and since her children afterwards, how much discipline and all they got. But now all those qualities have now taken a form. So Shakti has taken a form of Mother Durga. Now how did Mother Durga come into play? Because there are stories now of how Lord Ganesha was born, isn't there? So there are different stories of how they come into play. Once upon a time, there was an asura named Mahishasura. That stotram has become very famous now. Ai Giri Nandini. We could sing a little bit. Jaya Jaya He Mahishasura Mardini Ramya Kapardini Shaila Sute Suravara Varshini Durdhara Dharshini Durmukha Marshini Harsharate Tribhuvana Poshini Shankara Toshini Kalmashamoshini Kosharate Dhanujani Roshini Diti Sutaroshini Durmada Doshini Sindhu Sute Jaya Jaya He Mahishasura Mardini Ramya Kapardini Shaila Sute Jaya Jaya He Mahishasura Mardini Ramya Kapardini Shaila Sute. So this Mahisha Asura, this Asura was there in that buffalo form, and he was just causing chaos everywhere, as Rakshasas should. He was doing what he's supposed to do, isn't it? So now all the devatas, they all came together and they realized, well, we are powerless against this Mahishasura. And so Brahma, Vishnu and Lord Shiva, they came together and Mahishasura had a boon also, that no man could kill him. So between the devatas and the asuras and the Danavas and all of them, then they were defeated by Mahishasura. He was just going and taking over everywhere. So these devas, now Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, Lord Vishnu, and all the rest of them, they came together and they said, well, we really can't do anything about this Mahishasura. And they brought all their powers, all their siddhis, all their energies all together to do what? To bring out Mother Durga. From all of that, then Mother Durga came. So now this Mother Durga, she is the power not just behind Devi, not just the power behind Lord Shiva, not just the power behind Rama, but she is the power that is there behind all the different gods, all the different devas. Now imagine when you think of, Sarva Shaktiman means all powerful, right? And Swamiji has told this so many times. If that form of Bhagwan that I pray to is limited, so for instance you say, no, Bhagwan can't be in the drain because the drain smells very bad. Or Bhagwan can't be in that evil side where the darkness is. Bhagwan can't be there. Bhagwan is only here in the mandir. Bhagwan is only there in satsang. So now if Bhagwan can't be in every single iota of this entire universe, then what kind of Bhagwan is that? What kind of Bhagwan is that I am praying to now? I'm coming with all of my problems to that form of Bhagwan who can't even be in the drain. So what kind of Bhagwan is that I want to pray to? So Bhagwan is in every single iota of this entire universe, and Mother Durga is the Shakti that is behind him. All forms of Bhagwan. Mother Durga is that very Shakti. The very power, Sarva Shaktiman, she's the very power of every single thing. See, everything that we're deluded by, if she's Mahamaya, every single thing that we see in this universe, because when we see a chair, we don't say, oh look, Bhagwan is there in the form of that red and gold seat. We don't see Bhagwan first, we see chair first. when we see food, we don't say, oh, this thing will be so nutritious for my body, and it will help me grow, and it will create good cells in my body, and I'll never get sick again. When we see food, we say, wow, that thing does taste good. Paratha and dal puri, the two things. And and it's okay if I'm eating 9 o'clock at night. Let the satsang go later till 9:30 and all. I'm eating every single thing down the road. And cake and ice cream. So when we see things in front of us, our first thought is not, oh, that is Bhagwan in that form. Our exact first thought is how our sense organs can be satiated by every sense or object that we see in this universe. How will that benefit me? How will that make me more happy? And if it would make me happy, then I cast it aside. Salad? Do you want me to eat salad and roti? No. I don't want anything healthy on my plate. So that delusion that we live in, and that delusion is what? I see everything as it is. I don't see that thing as a manifestation of Bhagwan. Because we just said Bhagwan is in every single iota of this universe, isn't it? If Bhagwan's in every single iota of this universe, then everything is Bhagwan. That's like when we go into the chocolate shop, the yummy chocolate shop, and then you see a chocolate frog, and then you see a chocolate a candy cane, then you see a chocolate horse, and then you see a chocolate Ravana. And you say, I'm not buying that Ravana at all. I'm not supporting nothing with Ravana. I'm only going to buy the chocolate horse and all like that. But behind all of that is just chocolate. It's the exact same substance that makes up all of these different forms that are there. So that Shakti that doesn't allow us to see the chocolate and makes us see instead Ravana, horse, chocolate, candy cane, cockroach, centipede, elephant, flowers, whatever it might be. That Shakti, that is the Shakti behind every single form of Devatas, as shown here in this katha of Mahishasura in this story. So now Mahishasura, what does he represent? Mahishasura, that buffalo, represents tamas. And what is tamas? Tamas is what we're living in our minds actually. To not be able to see Bhagwan or not remember Bhagwan. See, Prahalad never had to remember Bhagwan because he never forgot him. We have to remember Bhagwan all the time, isn't it? We have to set our time to wake up so we could do our puja, so we could remember Bhagwan. Then we have a routine. After that, I will do my japa. After that, then I will go and do my offering outside to the lingam in the Shivalaya. And then after that, then I will go to satsang, and then I'll go and do seva. And then when I go and buy a pineapple, just to be able to dig out the 108 eyes in that pineapple so I could do some more japa. And so every single thing now, I have to find ways to remember Bhagwan, which is good because we are all sadhaks. Otherwise, then we would be Mahatmas and we wouldn't be in this world. So all of these are steps for us to take. But Prahalad never had to remember Bhagwan because he never forgot him. So what do? We forget Bhagwan. And that is the tamas. I live in this forgetfulness. I live accordingly to how much I forget and all. And how much I want sukha prapti, dukha nivritti. I want things that bring me happiness, and I cast away things that bring sorrow. So if I have the option to go to satsang, or I have the option to go to the beach, now those two things are now weighing in my mind. I said to them, well, what's the weather like today? It's hot, you know. I wouldn't get to spend long in the beach. I might as well go satsang. When you think like that, we turn it the other way. But the one who is moving out of this state of tamas, the state of inertia, the state of ignorance, the state of lethargy of that mind, the state of all the things that manifest from that tamas, like desires and anger, kama, krodha, and jealousy, and all those different durgunas they're called, bad qualities. Bad qualities that we don't like in ourselves, that bring agitation to our mind. The one who moves away from this, that person begins to turn away from tamas and turn more to Bhagwan. Then it becomes easier to remember. Then you just see, many people will say, oh God. And now children will say, Jesus Christ, but they're not calling out to God, or they're not praising Bhagwan or anything. or that form or whatever. They're not saying, oh God, thank you. They're saying, oh God. But you'll hear a few in between, oh Rama, oh Krishna, how did I forget that again? Oh Rama, I took the wrong road. Like that. So easy, slowly, then easily, then removing all of that tamas, removing all of the fanciful, sparkly things of this world, gets replaced with thoughts of Bhagwan, in whichever way that I, instead, beach or satsang. Satsang, why would I go beach for? I could bathe at home. Why would I go beach for? Like immediately, like that, your mind should already be turning to Bhagwan. But here's the thing. The mind has had infinite of how many lifetimes we've had of living in this world. And every time we come back in this world, then some new thing shows up. I love chocolate. Next life I come back, I love chips. Next life I come back, I love beach. Next life I come back, I like small houses. Next life I come back, I love lots of land so I could be able to watch nature. Then next life I come back, I want to live in the city. Next life I come back, rituals. Next life I come back, forget that Starbucks. Next life I come back, Hong Wing only. Next, how many things I was adding to my personality? First it was High Street in San Fernando shopping. Now I have to go to the mall where it's AC and I could have a wide selection of the many things I didn't know I needed. So how many things get replaced in our mind? So now in all of this, where is it? Where is our direction being ushered towards Bhagwan? In all, when you go into the store, you see a picture of Lord Ganesha, right? In some stores, you walk in and you see their altar, and I say, "Oh, that's so nice. They're also Hindus. How much you're selling that for?" And then that is the extent of it. So slowly, our mind might be getting turned away from Tham because the mind does not want to turn towards Bhagwan and turn away from all these nice, sparkly, flashy, nice, beautiful things. So what does that regard? You know, there's a nice saying that's going around now. You have to learn discipline because you will not always be motivated. I don't know if you've heard it, but it makes sense, isn't it? There are days when you don't want to get up and go to work. You'll much rather sleep in, or you're not feeling good. You'd much rather stay right there in your bed or stay at home and not go out anywhere. But the discipline in your mind says, no, you have to get up now and you have to do your duty. You have to get up and do X, Y, Z and go to work and come back and do X, Y, Z again. And then wake up tomorrow and do the exact same thing. So the discipline is there in our mind. So that discipline now requires us to do what? I am not going to go to the beach. I am not going to listen to this type of music. I'm not going to watch that type of TV show. I'm not going to listen to this type of kusang. I'm going to go and listen to satsang. I'm going to go and watch Ramayan on TV. I'm going to go and I'm going to go do sewa in the mandir. Even if it's locked, I could just sweep in front or something. Or I go and I spend my time where good qualities will be inculcated, because when good qualities are there in our mind, then there's no agitation. And when those agitations are gone, then I am able to focus on something higher. The higher thing now replaces the lower thing, that lower thought, that lower action, that lower environment, whatever. That higher thing now replaces it. Otherwise, see, when we're young, we love to run and play and jump and skip and fall in the mud and roll down the hill, and then you don't go home because you don't want your mother to give you something to cry about. So you go and play, but then you get older, and now duties replace all of that playing. Why? Because something higher replaces the lower. So this Mahishasura that Durga killed, only Mother Durga was able to kill it. All the devas, all the devatas, all of the different army men and all different species, even the asuras, they all tried to get rid of this Mahishasura. None of them could. Only Mother Durga could. And she is the Shakti that is behind all forms of Bhagwan. So only she was able to remove this tamas, this Mahishasura. So this ignorance doesn't surrender politely. You don't say, okay, ignorance, just go from my mind. Say you try to pick up learning Hindi or Sanskrit at any age. Maybe little children could pick it up easier, but when you get older, at any age, it's very difficult. You can't tell your mind, okay, ignorance, of Sanskrit, can you please go away? Ignorance of Hindi, can you please go away? I want to learn, I want to know this thing well. Ignorance doesn't surrender easily. Ignorance wants to stay in our mind, and our mind also wants to stick to that ignorance because we've known it for so long. We're comfortable in our ignorance, in our tamas. So this ignorance has to be confronted. So you have to identify now what the ignorance is, confront it, and then removed. So this Mother Durga is the one to do that. So in all of this now, there's many other parts that I have here, but time now is going. Like when Ravana, he got counsel from Mandodari and Vibhishana. Give up Mother Sita and end this enmity that you have with Bhagwan Sri Rama. You'll be saved only that way. But what does Ravana do? He laughs in their face, isn't it? He kicks Vibhishana out. He laughs at Mandodari. And it's the cause of his downfall. So like that tamas that is there in that mind. So Ravana refuses to change, and Ravana and Mahishasura, they both fell for the same reason. And what is that? They refuse to let go of that tamas that is there in their minds. They wouldn't let go of it. But see, Bhagwan will bring the problem. Right? He'll tell you this is the problem. Actually, he's the giver of the problem. He's Paladata also. So he presents the problem. But Bhagwan doesn't leave us stranded. Bhagwan also gives us the solution. But it's up to us to use the solution. You could take a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. So Bhagwan gives all the solutions, and all our Puranas, our Shastras, Vedas, everything. Bhagwan gives the solution. It's just up to us how much we learn from it, what we said in the beginning, like that. All right, so now there's so many other parts of Mother Durga. You can see the lion also. The lion represents fear and aggression and all of that. And she commandeers that lion, isn't it? She sits upon that lion. And she harnesses all those Durganas and all. And that's a Vahini, like that. And so she has complete control over that. There's so many other parts that we could see, but we'll have to have another satsang only on Mother Durga. Even Durga Tiharani, we could also even just take that word and how long we can go. But today, like we said, is very special for another reason, and that is Auntie Sintra's birthday. She's the Devi of the house. And she has much Shakti. When she walks into a room also, she has that confidence and that Shakti. It just emanates from her like that. So for 70 years, she's been sharing with this entire community and her schools and her children, and now in the ashram also. She's a wonderful sevak in the ashram. So she's been showing that Shakti and sharing that Shakti with us like that. So today's her birthday, so we have to sing. So then we'll sing afterwards. Okay. Alright, so we'll sing afterwards. Now we have part 2. Act 1, part 2 now. Auntie, so should I say closing prayer and then we...
Thank you, Kritika ji. Hariom and welcome again to part 2 of this evening proceedings. Yeah, this was the first part. I hope you all enjoyed it. Now, as we all know, it's Ma's birthday. Seeing that it's 3 scores and 10, we decided to make it a little special. So her grandchildren will be entertaining her this afternoon. To carry us through this evening's proceeding is none other than Pandit Surendra Maharaj. Pandit Maharaj has been a colleague of Ma at the Tortuga for primary school for the past 20 years plus, and continues to be a very close friend of the family. Ladies and gentlemen, Pandit Surendra Maharaj.
Thank you very much, Anna, to Brahmacharini, Kritika, to all the members of the Chinmaya mission. I see our colleague there, Ravi Bharati ji, in the audience. Brahmacharini, Abhinashri. Okay, so all those who are here, this evening we are here for double purpose. We would have had an enlightening satsang. We'd like to give Brahmacharini and all the members of the Chinmaya mission a nice round of applause. A very enlightening message, focusing on the feminine aspect. And today we are here to celebrate another feminine aspect. One who would have come into the world, from my perspective, is way back. From some of you, is just the other day, right? From my perspective, way back in 1955, a date I would have written many times while at school. We are both the signatories to our bank account at school, and 10 years after leaving, she's still a secretary at school. So a date I would have written many times, 28th of the 12th, 1955, and writing the ID number. And a person who would have, no offense to the career-minded individuals, Panditji, Pranam, no offense to the career-minded individuals, but a person who would have postponed the career and profession and the working world in order to raise her lovely children. Today we are here to celebrate her 70 years of life and all of those moments that would have made those 70 years perfect indeed. So we like to have, as we said at the beginning, as the daughter-in-law of the home, I don't know if is the favorite daughter-in-law, which one? We'll create some trouble a little bit. And Kavita, you want to create some trouble? Okay, don't create any trouble, right? Okay, so as Anna would have said, we're going to have a little cultural program. One, highlighting the family, the members of the home, and all that they would have done. Because this family is one embedded in culture. They look forward to learning and to developing themselves in the field of song, music, dance, or religious studies. So to open our program this evening, we're going to have a classical dance. One done by the granddaughter of the home, Srishti. Srishti Ramsubag is, yeah, okay, she's ready. And she's going to perform a South Indian classical selection, one that will certainly entertain us and at the same time leave us mesmerized. To the song Gajavadan Beduve, a South Indian selection. Let's welcome to the front the granddaughter of the home, Srishti Ramsubag.
Shankar पाशाङ्कुशधर परम पवित्र मूषकवाहन मुनिजन प्रेम पाशाङ्कुशधर परम पवित्र मूषकवाहन मुनिजन प्रेम पाशाङ्कुशधर परम पवित्र मूषिकवाहन मुनिजन प्रेम पाशाङ्कुशधर परम पवित्र मूषिकवाहन मुनिजन प्रेम गजवदन बेडुवे गौरी तनय त्रिजगवन्दितने सुजनर पुरेवने गजवदन बेडुवे मोददि निर्णय पादवतोरो साधुवन्दितने आदरदिन्दली मोददि निर्णय पादवतोरो साधुवन्दितने आदरदिन्दली सरसि जनाभ श्री पुरन्दर विठलन निरत नेनेयुव ನೀದಯ ಮಾಡೋ ಸರಸಿ ಜನಾಭ ಶ್ರೀ ಪುರದರ ವಿಠಲನ ನಿರತ ನೆನೆಯುವಂತೆ ನೀದಯ ಮಾಡೋ ಗಜವದನ ಬೇಡುವೆ ಗೌರಿ ತನಯ ತ್ರಿಜಗವಂದಿತನೇ ಸುಜನರ ಪುರೇವನೆ ಗಜವದನ ಬೇಡುವೆ ಗಜವದನ ಬೇಡುವೆ ಗಜವದನ ಬೇಡುವೆ ಬೇಡುವೆ ಬೇಡುವೆ
Very expressive indeed. Srishti would have been a student of the Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Cultural Cooperation, I think for over 10 years, I guess. From a very young age, she would have been part of the Mahatma Gandhi Institute, and you would have seen all the mudras, all the expressive actions in her hands while she performed that beautiful dance. Beginning our program this evening, all in celebration of 70 years of a wonderful life of a person who would have given herself to her home, her family, and all the friends she would have met along the way. At some point, she'll be walking around to meet everyone. Actually, I don't think she met everyone as yet for the evening. I guess not. But at some point, she'll be meeting everyone. And each one of you would have held a very special place in her life, in all the different circles. And I also know she has some friends from way back in primary school in Siparia, Palo Seco, and secondary school. Any secondary school Palo Seco individuals? Look at them. And I would have seen some lovely pictures of the limes you all would have had, the little lunches and dinners. And so the decades would have added on, but the friendship continued to blossom, continued to grow. So we'll move into our next item. As you see, it's being set up right now. We are highlighting the skills, the talents of the grandchildren of the home. Wait, hold up. Hold up right there. I only seen grandchildren name here in the program. What about the children? What about Shivraj and Prithvi and Saraswati and all that? They going to sing and dance too? They are the props. They are the supporting backstage. Okay. So we're going to highlight the grandchildren this evening. The next item in our program will be performed on the keyboard. She's going to play the beautiful tune Kal Ho Na Ho, Anybody can explain what kalhona ho means? If you can explain that, you get a hot cup of cocoa tea made by the